It's Good Times, Great Oldies.
Get ready for the Monday Night Sports Talk Show. Live from the WMVO studios. Meet the coaches, hear from the players, and listen to plans for the season. Tonight's show is brought to you by Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction, Griffin Insurance, and Knox County Veteran Services. Now get ready for the show. The Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show. Live from the WMVO studios.
And welcome in to the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show, live from the WMVO studios here tonight, featuring the East Knox boys basketball team and the Fredericktown girls basketball team. Again, brought to you by Griffin Insurance and brought to you in part by Durko's Pizza and Subs. They hooked up the teams with pizza, Knox Community Hospital, Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction, and Knox County Veteran Services. And I told the guys today, I said, listen, we need you guys to eat a little bit more. So you guys, you're high school guys. You guys can go in there and eat a lot more. You know, and I'm hoping you guys came through for me. And then we got the Fredericktown girls right outside the door here and in the other room there, and they're gonna be coming in to chat with the East Knox Bulldogs. So Ryan Powell is with us. Corbin Poff, is that right? And with us also is Hayden Merritt. All right, see, I got it all down here. Hello, I have had moments where people had a name tag on, and I still called them the wrong name. So just take it for what it's worth. We appreciate you guys joining us here. East Knox Bulldogs got a week on the road this week at Loudonville Wednesday, at Fredericktown on Saturday. Coach Ryan Powell, I'm going to start with you here. How long have you been there at this point?
This is my 8th season.
Eighth season. Wow. And my son is 7 and a half. So you've been there pretty much the whole time he's been alive and everything. You've been there quite a bit. What's changed maybe? Have you been able to feel like here are those 8 years you've been able to really get what you wanted in there and your kind of schemes and your kind of conditioning and your kind of style of play?
Yes, I think after 8 years we've been pretty good at kind of establishing what we want to do. But both of these guys have been program guys for 4 years now, so they have a pretty good understanding. It just kind of flows from the top down now. Yeah. Whereas my first year or two, it was kind of myself and assistant coaches kind of trying to streamline everything. But now it kind of flows more from the seniors down to the lower classmen.
Yeah, how important is that? Coaches can say so much. I mean, you could sit there and say, hey, this is what I want you to do. This is what I need you to do. But when you get your players to understand and they communicate that to their teammates, how important is that for the success of a program?
It's very, very important, and makes the coach's job a lot easier when the coaching comes from the players. Yeah. Let's face it, there are times, and I'm sure these two would admit that too, where they get tired of hearing me and they tune me out at times. That's just natural. I mean, I was a player, I did the same thing, but I think when the lower classmen, especially with a long season in basketball, hear it from the upperclassmen and kind of see how they're doing and how they're running things, goes pretty smoothly.
Now, I have a problem sometimes with remembering time, so pardon me on that. But it was a couple of years ago, you guys went to Dayton, I believe, and you were you went there with Shane Knapp and that group of guys and had a tremendous run there. And then, at any school, you go through the kind of a youth movement in a sense, and you got to get guys involved in different things. Take us through the process of how that works when you look at having a team that's kind of more veteran, and then it's like, okay, now we got some younger guys in here, and we talked about it before with like football. You don't want to be shell shocked, so you got to get guys some playing time here and there. Basketball's a little more difficult. You can't put 11 guys on the field or 11 guys on the court. You can only put 5. So how has it been since that moment to where you are today?
Yeah, exactly. 5 guys playing at a time. I mean, there's no offense, defense, special teams. So it's hard to get guys experience. That's where the JV season and freshman season, we've had a freshman team most of these last few years, which really helps to get guys experience. The year we went to the regionals, these guys were freshmen, I believe, and that was a senior-laden team. Yeah. And we came back that next year and were very inexperienced and youthful. Yeah. And we took our lumps there, and we've been kind of young the last 2 years, but this year we have 5 returning players, 4 seniors and a junior, and then we're mixing in a couple of freshmen and a sophomore into the rotation as well. So we're a lot more experienced this year than we have been the last couple.
Hayden, you look back to last year, what stood out maybe? Some of the good, some of the bad, some of the things you say, hey, when I go into the summer, these are some of the things I need to work on, or even into the spring and some of the things you want to work on and as you prepared for this upcoming season?
Yeah, so obviously we were very young last season, and we had a lot of guys that had to step up, like from the JV level. So it was kind of just like coaching and getting like on a team level, playing together fluently. And this summer we went through camps, and I feel like that really helped us get where we wanted to be. And we play more as a team this season than we did last year for sure.
Yeah, people say almost like a cliche. Well, the JV game and the varsity game, it's so much different because of speed. It really is different, isn't it? I mean, the speed of the game. Some of these guys have been playing for years at the varsity level. So, was that a factor last year, and some of the speed of the game, and maybe it's starting to slow down for you as you get into this year?
I would say so. Yeah, it really is like a different game. It's different levels of athleticism, and just like being able to coach your players up and help guys out. And, all that's contributes to coming more as a team, playing more as a team.
Yeah. Now, you're a senior?
I'm a senior.
All right, senior year here. Hey, those camps, I used to play believe this or not, I know people don't know, but I used to actually play some basketball. And then I got into broadcasting very early in my high school career. But we did go to basketball camps. And I remember going to Findlay, and I was telling the story a couple of weeks ago that we went to Findlay, and we played some tough opponents, like Anna and some of these teams, and it was tough. But we learned a lot, and I actually got a lot of playing time because we didn't have that many people on the bench. But when you look at back at that time in playing during the summer, how important has that been for the cohesiveness of this group?
I think it really helped us prepare for this season. We went to the NAS, and we also went to Muskingum.
Yeah,
and we played competition in both camps, and like I said, we really got to feel what it feels like to play all together as a team.
Yeah.
Because, we had different guys come up and play again this year, so it's helped us prepare for the season.
Corbin, what year are you? Are you a senior too?
Yes.
Okay. I think Ryan told me that right at the beginning, but it's been a long day, darn it. Appreciate you guys joining us. Corbin, you look back at last season, and sometimes you take some lumps and different things, but now you're in your senior year. What stood out? Some of the things, some of the good, some of the bad from last season.
Really, I don't.
And see, Brian said you weren't going to talk very
Yeah.
much, but what stood out to you? Did any moments that you went and you said, hey, felt like maybe you guys were growing a little bit, you guys were able to maybe come together and start playing better basketball as the year went on?
Yeah, last year we played Fredericktown and Northmore, both away games.
Yeah.
And we took Northmore down to
Yeah.
the last couple minutes.
Mhm.
They wouldn't play. Like we were in a zone and they just held the ball.
Yeah,
And
I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then Fredericktown, we played really good over there too. Against those are both really good teams.
Yeah.
Fredericktown, they shared the conference right last year.
Yeah.
I do believe.
Yeah.
We took them both down the
Yeah.
buzzer, and it was just
And that's a confidence booster going
Yeah,
into the
it
season,
really
knowing,
is, yeah.
and a lot of guys are prepping the team. Any goals that you set forth for this year? I mean, some of the things you want to get done?
I would like to win more games than last year for sure.
Yeah.
Really, that's
Just win more.
yeah, just
All
win
right.
more.
Well, we all like
that's
winning.
the goal.
Hey, who likes
That's
it?
the
Yeah,
goal.
you want to win more basketball games. Coach, and I have seen games where people hold the basketball. 2009, my junior year of high school, Loudonville did that for 4 overtimes. And we lost. Yep, they won the tip. They held the ball. If they made it, they won. If they missed it, we went to another overtime. But what kind of style do you guys like to play? I mean, you want to get up and down the floor? You want to play in the half court? Is it kind of a mixture of both?
I think we're a little bit of a mixture of both. This year, I would say we're playing a little faster than we have in the past.
Yeah.
We have some guys who can get out and go, but in the past, we've been a little bit of a slower team, not foot speed wise, but just how we chose to play. We have been a bit more physical in the past, so we were able to kind of grind out possessions a little more. I would say we're not as physical this year, but maybe a little bit more able to get up and down. So we're trying to utilize the strengths and play both ways.
Yeah. You want to pressure people?
We're using a little bit of pressure this year. We're not really deep enough in the rotation to go full court.
Yeah.
But we like to pick our moments.
Yeah. When you look at the program, how deep are you going off the bench? Is this a team that's got a lot of depth?
Currently we have a 7 to 8 man rotation right now, which is, you'd like for that to be a little bit more at times, but I've made it work with less before, and we've had more. So you just kind of go with what you have, and I mean it's like we were talking about with the varsity and JV thing earlier. It's hard to force guys into varsity roles when they're not ready for it. And it usually gets exposed when guys are out there that aren't quite ready for it.
Ryan Powell's with us, Hayden Merritt, Corbin Popp. We thank them for joining us. East Knox basketball here tonight, and we're also featuring the Fredericktown girls basketball team on the program tonight. We do want to thank Durko's Pizza and Subs. You guys ate some pizza out there, and you got to enjoy that. And Griffin Insurance, Knox Community Hospital, Cubbage Electric, Plumbing and Construction, and Knox County Veterans Services. We're going to talk some more about some of the games that have been played and what's coming up for the East Knox Bulldogs as the season continues. Don't forget, tomorrow night, we've got high school girls basketball. First time we'll see the Centerburg girls basketball team as they take on Mount Gilead, battle of unbeatens and K-Mac play. Pregame around 6:30, and then we're at Mount Vernon on Wednesday night, and then we will see the East Knox Bulldogs and the Fredericktown Freddies apparently now on Saturday afternoon, thanks to Ryan updating me on that, and we'll be there in the afternoon on Saturday for that ball game. Looking forward to the matchup between East Knox and Fredericktown for that one. We're going to take this quick break. We'll come back and more of the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show coming up.
Good afternoon. Ohio State's path to a national championship has been set. The Buckeyes, the 8th seed in the college football playoffs, which means they will have a home game against the number 9 seed Tennessee Volunteers. It will be a night game at 8 p.m. on Saturday, December 21st, inside the Shoe. The winner gets number 1 Oregon in the Rose Bowl on January 1st. Ryan Day says that the team is confident in their path.
There's, guys who have a lot of confidence looking at the draw, saying, we know who these teams are. They're very good, but we also feel confident, in who we are, where we are, when we're playing our best. Now, we also have to make adjustments and make corrections and fix the things that need to get fixed coming off the last game. That has to happen.
Some other Buckeye news: backup quarterback Devin Brown and offensive tackle Miles Walker both announced they will enter the transfer portal, which opened today. Brown says he will remain with the team, though, through the playoffs. Also today, injured Ohio State center Seth McLaughlin was named a finalist for the Remington Award. That goes to the nation's top center. Monday Night Football tonight, the Cincinnati Bengals down in Dallas to take on the Cowboys at 8:15. No offensive tackle Orlando Brown or defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins. Both will miss the game for Cincinnati tonight. Ohio State basketball center Aaron Bradshaw has returned to team activities after missing the last 4 games while under investigation by the university for a domestic incident. With your ONN Sports, I'm Ryan Baker.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Looking for a new pharmacy? The Knox Community Hospital Outpatient Pharmacy makes it easy to transfer prescriptions. Our friendly community pharmacy is open to the public, and most prescriptions are ready within 24 hours. Accepting most insurances, KCH Outpatient Pharmacy is the only accredited specialty pharmacy in Knox County. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday 9 to 6, and Sunday 9 to 4. Call 740-326-3485 or go to kch.org.
Hi, I'm Dean. And I'm Don. We are Durko's Pizza, home of the famous Stromboli, specialty pizzas, 16 different subs. We have homemade dinners, salads made fresh,
lunch specials, daily specials, and of course, the Munchie menu. Chicken wings, cheese breadsticks, mac and cheese wedges. Call 740-392-5678.
Delivery or pickup. Durko's Pizza.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Veterans serving veterans.
That's what we do here at Knox County Veteran Services. Hi, I'm Kevin Henthorne, your Executive Director.
And I'm Financial Coordinator Melissa Schenk.
And we're here to meet the needs of Knox County veterans and their families.
We can help with emergency financial assistance,
filing of disability and pension claims, VA healthcare enrollment, and even transportation to VA healthcare facilities.
Please give us a call at 740-393-6742 or stop in and see us at our new location at 105 East Chestnut Street in Mount Vernon.
Welcome back. It is the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show, live from the WMVO studios, Knox County Veteran Services, Coverage Electric Plumbing and Construction at Knox Community Hospital, Durko's Pizza and Subs, of course, Griffin Insurance, our title sponsor. East Knox Bulldogs got a pair of road games this week at Loudonville on a Wednesday. Tell Ed Honebarger, hey for me over there. I know, well, it's Danville, from Danville before. Now he's at Loudonville. And at Fredericktown on Saturday, we'll stream that on the WMVO Facebook page in the afternoon on Saturday as well. But let's look at the season so far. You guys started 0-3, but I want to go back to that ball game against Amanda Clear Creek because I did look at things, and it's not like you guys are getting blown out or anything. These games are close ball games. And you look back at that game against Amanda Clear Creek. You got to play at home. And I was telling these guys beforehand, going to Amanda Clear Creek, it was a little difficult when we went over there to try to live stream. So, but you played them at home. What stood out in that ball game from your team and some of the things that maybe you wanted to see from your team going into, that was your, third game of the season?
Third game of the year. Yeah, we our first two games, like you said, I think we lost the first game by 5. Yeah. Had probably a 10-point lead at one point in that game and let it get away. And second game of the year, we were, I think, only down by 2 at halftime. So the biggest problem we had in our first two games, I thought, was our execution.
Yeah.
We just kind of gave some possessions away end of the third quarter, early in the fourth quarter, and just didn't execute the way we needed, which directly affected our shooting percentage. Was pretty poor in those first two games.
Yeah.
And we shot the ball a lot better, executed a lot better on Saturday. I thought defensively we were a little bit better, switched our defenses up from time to time. But, yeah, so we're just rebounding was much better. Rebounding is going to be a problem for us this year. I think we need to make sure we're competing on the boards. And we feel like if we can shoot a decent percentage, we're going to be in a lot of games.
Yeah, even with the lack of size, my coach used to say, just find a body. Just find a body. Is that kind of how it is when you're somewhat undersized for a team?
Yeah, that's what we preach in practice. Go make contact with somebody, find the ball, and get the ball. I mean, rebounding's not the most complex thing in the world. It kind of just comes down to finding the ball and going to get it before the other guy gets it.
Yeah, ask Dennis Rodman about that. He was a heck of a rebounder for the Chicago Bulls, and that was what he did. He didn't score a whole lot. When you look at the back, the first 3 games of the season, Hayden, what stands out to you from your team so far, 3 games in, and getting ready for an opportunity to get into conference play this week?
Yeah, like Pal said, first 2 games, offensively and a little bit of defensively, we weren't really executing, but Saturday came together as a team win, and it was a close game up until end of the third quarter, and then we kind of pulled away in that fourth quarter. I think it's just Saturday showed that if we play as a team, we come together and get wins.
So you guys won on Saturday?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we beat Amanda Clear Creek.
Oh, okay.
On Saturday.
Well, they said it wrong on Max Press. I'll have to fix that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Rascals.
Yeah. What is it, 1 and 2 then you guys are?
Yeah, 1 and 2, yeah.
1 and 2. All right, I'm sorry about that, guys. Boy, you do your research, and then you're wrong anyway. Corbin, what stood out in that game against Amanda Clear Creek?
Oh, we executed a lot better against Amanda Clear Creek. We rebounded. We actually had more rebounds than they did, which is what wins basketball games.
Yeah.
We pressured the ball pretty well and forced some turnovers.
Yeah, forcing turnovers, that's huge, right? I mean, you get the team to turn the basketball over, and hey, you guys know you've been on the other side of things, and when you're turning the basketball over, it's hard to win when you turn it over. It's hard for the other team to win when they're turning it over, too. Forcing turnovers has been kind of an emphasis for this team?
Yeah, we feel like we can get out and pressure a little bit more this year than in the past. And we always want to strive to take care of the ball ourselves. Our goal is usually around 10 turnovers a game, which we've actually been doing pretty well with that. So we had turned the ball over 12 times on Saturday against Amanda Clear Creek, but I think we forced 18 or 19 turnovers. So, yeah, I mean, the less turnovers you have, the more shots you're getting, the more chances you have.
Well, and, of course, when you want to get out in transition, like we talked about, you got to get turnovers. I mean, if you don't get you can get rebounds and push it too, but if you're getting turnovers, you're probably having some numbers and getting some easy buckets, and it makes it easier for you.
Yeah, on Saturday, Corbin had a couple of steals early in the fourth quarter that he was able to convert into layups and transition, which kind of pushed our lead out from, I think we were up 2, and a couple of good defensive possessions that stretched it out to 6 or 7 there to give us a little bit of space.
Yeah. Well, when you look at the halftime of that game, Hayden, what was kind of the message from maybe your teammates and from Coach Powell?
Defensively, we were just giving too many points.
Yeah.
There was a kid that we were supposed to force right because he was left-handed, and
yeah.
we were giving him left-handed drives and easy layups, so we kind of cut that out.
Yeah.
But, once we came together in that fourth quarter, got a lead, played great offensively, and just tied the game.
Going into the fourth quarter, did your coach mention anything specific, Corbin, or was it something like, hey, just continue to do what we're doing, play our game, and you guys end up getting the win?
Yeah, third quarter, the refs were not really on our side.
You won't get fined for that. You won't get fined.
They weren't really on our side third quarter, but we still came out up in the third, so we just kept doing what we were doing in the third and pulled away.
All right. Well, Coach, when you get into this week and you get into conference play, what do you think overall of the KMAC? I mean, this is we always say it's a tough conference. There's always good teams here in the KMAC. Be interested, you got Danville kind of starting a little bit late because of their run, and Northmore, I assume, would kind of be the same situation. And then I don't know. I mean, on paper, who the favorite is, I really don't know, but it should be a really fun conference to play in.
Yeah, I expect it to be a very competitive league this year. Definitely pretty well balanced, I think. I know Fredericktown's returned a lot of guys. Northmore returns a lot of guys. Centerburg has a few guys coming back, and then Cardington also pretty experienced team. So, and we have some guys coming back too. But Danville lost a couple of seniors, but I think they had some good, strong young kids coming back. And Mount Gilead, similar. Loudonville, don't know a whole lot about them. We kind of have one film on them right now that we've watched a little bit. I know they play tonight, so be looking forward to watch that film. But still not 100% sure on them yet. They won their first game. So, I expect it to be a very competitive league this year.
When you look at watching film, is that going to happen tonight after you leave here? You watch it late tonight, or you going to watch it tomorrow?
Well, whenever I get it, probably, which won't be until tomorrow, I'm guessing.
Tomorrow.
But, so, we'll be kind of cramming a little bit during the day tomorrow once we get that film and getting a little bit of fine-tuning for practice tomorrow, and then be ready to go on Wednesday.
A couple of years ago, it used to be that Tuesdays, Fridays, and an occasional Saturday. That's kind of how it was for boys basketball. That has now changed, I think, at the KMAC now. Your first time through, you play on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Your second time through, you play on Tuesdays and Fridays. Do you like that model?
I'm a traditionalist, I guess.
Me too. I'm same with you.
I prefer to play on Friday nights. I understand the reasons that we're not doing it, but Saturday, I would prefer Fridays over Saturdays.
Yeah. You know what? Me and you both. Hayden, you look at the conference, any game specifically that you're looking forward to? Probably just the next one, right? I mean, Coach is sitting right beside you.
Yeah, I was thinking about our next opponent ahead, but, it's honestly any KMAC game, really, focused on. I'm excited for rival games, Danville.
Yeah.
Just excited to be able to play in this
Is Danville and East Knox, it's not on the same level as football, obviously, but still, is there a rivalry here? I mean, still between you and Danville?
Obviously it's not as big as football,
no,
but it's not, when I think of it as a rival game, it's a game I want to win, obviously.
Well, you're going to get an opportunity this week at Loudonville and at Fredericktown. Of course, later in the year, you get to take on Danville. And Corbin, as you look at this season, any games stand out for you? Excited to go?
Yeah, I'm excited to play Northmore.
Yeah.
Away, as what they did last year.
Yeah.
That's the one that I really want to win. I want to beat them in front of their home crowd for sure after last year.
Yeah, I get an opportunity to beat them there. And, of course, you look at East Knox. Does Lindsay bring the horn to basketball games, or is she not allowed to do that? I don't really know. Is that allowed?
She runs the scoreboard at the basketball game.
So she still has a horn at her disposal.
She has a horn, but she does not have the
authority.
Whatever that thing is that goes on during basketball.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. Coach, of course, it was announced a couple of weeks ago that the Fairgrounds Coliseum will be hosting again, and it's going to be a kind of a neat thing. And You and I, we've experienced this. These guys haven't and things, but it's cool. The Fairgrounds Coliseum.
There are positives to it, but I don't think I wouldn't say I dislike it, but it could be fine-tuned a little bit, I think. Kind of anything that's new, there are ways to work on it. But I kind of miss the voting a little bit and how things used to be. But, it's like anything. Things change, and we just have to adjust with the parameters we're given.
7 divisions in basketball now, too, right?
7 divisions now. Yeah, that's going to be a big difference. Just kind of what would be better now, because when we used to vote on all the teams, but when you were only the 4 divisions, so you're seating like 25 teams, which, let's be honest, how many of those teams have you really evaluated? Barely. So now that the districts are a lot smaller, I don't know, maybe going back to the seating by the coaches and getting rid of the RPI might be something, but I think we've already turned that corner.
Yeah, I think so. At this point, it's going to be hard to do. What do you want to see from your team this week? You got a road game at Loudonville, a road game at Fredericktown, opportunity to get get above 500. What do you want to see from your team here in these conference games this week?
Yeah, we've had 3 non-league games. Played well at spurts in all 3. More consistent in the last game, but we're just looking to be as consistent as we can. Like I said, execution. We're capable of doing some very good things, but we need to just practice a little bit better. I thought today's practice was probably our best execution-wise. You have preseason practices, and then once games start, practice kind of shifts into a little bit more specialized and more situational kind of thing. So I thought we really took a step forward on Saturday, had a very good practice today, so looking forward to putting that hard work forward now that the league starts on Wednesday.
Still doing a lot of conditioning stuff, or you kind of stopped doing that at this point?
I think our practices are pretty up and down. We keep things going pretty well, so I've never been a big fan of just getting on the line to run. Now, of course.
Well, you guys are lucky.
Well, when we don't have to. First week or so, we do a lot of that, but I like to think basketball practice, if it's run correctly, is for 2 hours is nonstop conditioning. So I don't think conditioning's a problem with our guys.
You look at this week, got some conference games, Hayden. What do you want to see from yourself and from your teammates as you go about this week?
Take that same energy we took into that fourth quarter and build off it, and take it to these 2 away games and hopefully get some wins.
All right, looking forward to the ball games this week at Loudonville, and of course we'll be at Fredericktown Saturday afternoon for that one. Corbin, what do you want to see from your teammates this week and from yourself?
I would like to see our younger guys get really involved this week. It's first conference games, Loudonville. We don't really know much about them, but from film, I think our younger guys can play a lot that game.
All right.
Just get some experience.
Well, this week it is at Loudonville and at Fredericktown for East Knox boys, and we'll be there in the afternoon. What time is that out on Saturday?
I think it's 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. It's freshman trip. There'll be a triple header, so I think we're starting our freshman around 1. So.
Well, there you go. And if Ryan didn't tell me that, we could have been in a lot of trouble. Appreciate you guys joining us, and certainly appreciate the East Knox Bulldogs coming all the way down the road. I know you guys had the longest drive of everybody.
Long trip, yeah.
Thanks to Griffin Insurance, our title sponsor. Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show. Turco's Pizza and Subs, Knox Community Hospital, Coverage Electric Plumbing and Construction, Knox County Veteran Services. Let's take this break. We'll come back, and more of the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show coming up.
Is brought to you by Knox County Veteran Services, located at 105 East Chestnut Street, Mount Vernon. Stop in and see us today.
It's 7:32 and 49 degrees.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Looking for a new pharmacy? The Knox Community Hospital Outpatient Pharmacy makes it easy to transfer prescriptions. Our friendly community pharmacy is open to the public, and most prescriptions are ready within 24 hours. Accepting most insurances, KCH Outpatient Pharmacy is the only accredited specialty pharmacy in Knox County. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday 9 to 6, and Sunday 9 to 4. Call 740-326-3485 or go to kch.org.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Veterans serving veterans.
That's what we do here at Knox County Veteran Services. Hi, I'm Kevin Henthorne, your Executive Director.
And I'm Financial Coordinator Melissa Schenk.
And we're here to meet the needs of Knox County veterans and their families.
We can help with emergency financial assistance,
filing of disability and pension claims, VA healthcare enrollment, and even transportation to VA healthcare facilities.
Please give us a call at 740-393-6742 or stop in and see us at our new location at 105 East Chestnut Street in Mount Vernon.
Hi, I'm Dean.
And I'm Don.
We are Durka's Pizza, home of the famous Stromboli, specialty pizzas, 16 different subs. We have homemade dinners, salads made fresh,
Lunch specials, daily specials, and of course, the Munchie Menu. Chicken wings, cheese breadsticks, mac and cheese wedges. Call 740-392-5678.
Delivery or pickup. Durka's Pizza.
Here's your forecast on 100.9 FM and 93.7 HD2.
Tonight, we'll have a low around 42 degrees with cloudy skies for your Tuesday. Cloudy in the morning, on and off rain showers during the afternoon. High in the upper 40s. For your Wednesday, it's much cooler. We'll have a high around freezing at 32. Overcast, a few flurries or snow showers possible. High of 20 with sunshine on Thursday. That's your forecast on 100.9 FM and online, WMVO.com. All right, we welcome you back to the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show. Once again, thanks to the East Knox Bulldogs for joining us. Boys basketball, they'll be at Loudonville and at Fredericktown, and we'll have the Fredericktown game Saturday afternoon for that ball game there. And the Fredericktown girls basketball team. Now, I was going to be at the game this Friday night. My daughter has a preschool play, and I got to be at the preschool play. So, yeah, but we'll be at some other. We'll certainly be at some other games.
We'll miss you for sure.
Now, I told Curtis, and I made these schedules, and I decided, I was you going to this game, I'm going to this game, you're going to this, and he goes to the Utica game, and I was not happy with it. So I was like, are you serious? Because I did watch the game a little bit, and it was an exciting time. But, Jared, you look at this team, and, on paper, this is a good basketball team. And starting the year, I think you're 3-1 right now. I'm saying that cautiously because I had the record wrong for East Knox when they were in here. So 3-1 for Fredericktown, and your only loss was this past Friday night. But let's talk about expectations. I mean, you look at these three girls here, they've been here, and they've been through this program. So the expectations probably are pretty high for you guys going into this year, right?
Yeah, we bring back 4 starters and, just a lot of kids with talent and experience. And so we talk a lot this offseason, and, we want to compete for a KMAC championship. And, we took a step back this last game, but we talked about how it's early in the year and we have enough time to make up for that and to keep moving forward. So, yeah, we want to compete and try to win a KMAC championship.
When you look at this program, obviously, Callie and Ella and Kennedy, they've been in this before. And so what do you want to do? Do you want to run? Do you want to play in the half court? You want to mix it both? What do we want to see from a Fredericktown girls basketball team?
Yeah, we just have to mix it up and really depend on who we're playing.
Yeah.
We got to take advantage of, who we're playing and what they do and how we can exploit it. Because I think we're, a balanced group. We have size, we can throw it in, but we also have really talented guards that we can get up and, cause some havoc and really run the floor. So I think it really just depends who we play and what we feel the best way to beat them is.
No. Well, this is your second year, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. I remember you from the year before, but, Wasn't sure how long you've been there, but you think about this group and kind of taking that next step, because every year you think about it. When I was a senior in high school, I didn't play, but a lot of my friends were on that team and everything, and they had 11 seniors, so the expectations were high, and there was an 11 senior group that said, hey, we want to make sure that this is our final run. Has that been kind of a message for some of these girls that hey, we've got an opportunity here? I think, Callie, you're a senior, right? She's been playing, it seems like, forever. But you look at this group that, hey, we got to make sure we do it this year.
Yeah, I think so, and I think they feel it too. They feel, a little bit of urgency.
Yeah.
This is a really good group, and we can't let this go to waste.
Mm.
And so I really can feel just, the urgency of, getting things done and doing it the right way every day in practice.
Yeah. Callie, as I mentioned, you're a senior here, and I know you scored your 1,000th career point. You had the game-winning 3 against Utica. I was watching the game, so I'm sitting there watching it. I'm like, okay, all right, they bobbled it there, right? Fredericktown's got the basketball, and I'm watching, and I'm like, okay, yeah, she dribbled once. Okay, this is it right here. And it's fun to watch those kind of things and everything. But as you look going into this year, what were some of your expectations, some of your hopes? Obviously, you weren't that far away from getting 1,000 career points, so we knew you were going to get there. But in terms of maybe as a team and as an individual, some of the things that you want to accomplish here in your senior year?
Like Coach Pryor said, I think just always competing for a KMAC title. I think we have a really good, solid group of girls this year, a lot of experience, and like he said, the urgency to keep pushing forward. So goals for the team, KMAC title. Goals for myself, I don't know, just get better as a guard and a leader on the team. As a team captain, I want what's best for the team, and just encourage the girls on and off the court.
A nice start to the year, 15.5 points per game, and right now for the Fredericktown Lady Freddies, 3-1 record, 1-1 in the Knox Memorial Athletic Conference. Kennedy, what year are you in school?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior too. Are you a senior too, Ellen?
No.
Okay, so you're not. Okay, we'll get this all down here. Get this all down. Kennedy, what were some of the expectations going into the year, some of the things you wanted to accomplish as you go into your final year here?
I just wanted to accomplish like the KMAC championship, like they all said, and I mean, yeah, we do have a great group of girls this year, so.
And Ella, now are there any more Boughtons behind you?
No, I'm the last one.
Okay, you're the last one. All right, because I interviewed your sister Jill at the fair multiple times and everything, and your sister is it Audrey?
Audrey's the oldest.
Audrey, yeah. She was on the winning senior showcase team. By the way, we're 4-0 career in my years of doing it. But just throwing it out there for you guys. But what were some of the things like you're a junior, but you're a key piece of this team, one of those starters that's returning. What were some of the things you wanted to accomplish this year?
Definitely be up there in the KMAC. KMAC championship's gonna be tough. Definitely a bunch of great teams in the KMAC this year. Yeah. But I think just playing good team basketball, because everybody wants to see that. But
yeah, Coach, you think about this team and with the KMAC. KMAC is not going to be easy this year. It's Cardington's always good. Mount Gilead's good. We're doing the Mount Gilead Centerburg game tomorrow night at Centerburg. Both those teams are undefeated right now. Centerburg brings back a ton of pieces, but you got some good pieces too. I'm talking about the expectations. What do you see with the Knox Memorial Athletic Conference?
Yeah, before I came into Fredericktown, I really wasn't familiar, what to expect. But it's a deep conference.
Yeah.
Any night, anybody can beat anybody. And, we experienced that last year with a ton of close games. And, we've already experienced it this year. And so we just know that every night's going to be a dogfight. And we're going to have to play our best basketball. And I think that's great because I think that it really pushes us to play our best and to take every game as hard as we can.
And I've talked with, Bill Abner was in here last week and got a chance to chat with him. And obviously things are a little bit different this year because of how many divisions there are. And I talked with Tim Street a couple of weeks ago, and I said, is it watered down? Is it a situation where, look, you're going to have 7 state champions now in basketball as opposed to, or 6 state champions, whatever it is now, and it's a little bit different. And he said it's not. He didn't believe it was watered down. What division are you guys now in girls basketball, and what do you think of this new expanded divisions here?
So we're 5.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting. I don't feel like it's watered down at all. I think it's a lot of the same teams. And I think it just is a better showcase of the girls and, letting more kids compete in, memorable games. And I think that's what everyone wants, is just to see kids competing and winning and, having fun.
Yeah, is it a situation where it's one district champion, or are there going to be two district champions there? Do you know?
As far as I'm aware, I thought there was two.
Okay, there's two. All right.
I could be wrong.
Oh, I could be wrong too.
Yeah.
We could two wrong people. Sitting here. You look here so far though. You're 3-1. You got to feel good about your start. Obviously, it's a little disappointing the loss on Friday night against East Knox, a game that you had the lead and you kind of let that one slip away from you. We'll talk about that game, but 3-1 here early in the season, and it's funny. Girls basketball starts earlier and earlier. It seems like every year. I'm looking up and I was like, we were going to be at the Highland game to begin the year, and I know Callie had a big night there, but we were at a Danville football game there. So, looking at it 4 games in, what do you like? What you've seen about your team? Some of the things you say, hey, there are things you want to work on too.
I really appreciate how balanced we've been. It felt like when I first met these kids, it was, quite truthfully, if Callie doesn't score 30 points, we're going to lose. And just as these kids have grown, we're just more balanced. I think the first game, Callie had 14, Ella had 11. Kennedy had a lot, Maya had a lot. We got kids off the bench contributing.
Yeah.
And I think that we're just a lot more balanced. And, it's not just hero ball. We really move it well. We inside out. And I think that's been the difference. That's what's going to take. Teams aren't done. They know that we have talented kids at the top, but it's how deep you are.
Yeah. People watch film.
Yeah.
Teams watch film, and they can look and say, okay, we're going to take away that, we're going to take away that, we're going to take away that, and now you figure out something else. And that's just the way it goes. So having those extra pieces and developing those kind of supportive pieces around Callie and what they've done early on is going to help you guys as you go throughout the kind of the gauntlet of the KMAC. But you look at this team, Callie, from a player's perspective here, 4 games in. What have you seen from this team? What that you like? Some of the things you say, well, hey, we're 4 games in. Obviously, we're going to talk about the game against East Knox. You lose 58-51. But what you've seen from this group that you like, and we still got a long way to go here. It is the beginning of December here.
Yeah, I think a lot of dedication. The girls are putting in time in the gym, obviously, and then watching film and lifting afterwards. I think definitely a lot of dedication, but there's 2 things that our coach always harps on us. It's attitude and effort, and I think all the girls put in both of those things. So I'm excited to see how we go further on in the season.
Kennedy, you think about that effort and getting after it for your team, and with this team kind of being a veteran group, it almost comes naturally, doesn't it? I mean, as opposed to having to push these kids in your senior year, and sometimes as a leader, you got to push people. It seems like it's coming kind of naturally to the effort-wise with this team.
Yeah, it does come pretty natural to us.
Yeah. Ella, as you look at this team right now, what are you hoping to see from this week? I know you guys got a couple of games this week and different things. What do you want to see from your team this week?
I think last game was kind of hard. I feel like we didn't have the across-the-board scoring that we had the past couple of games. So that kind of hurt us. So I feel like that, and also rebounds.
Yeah.
It's been a struggle lately.
Yeah,
so.
got to rebound the basketball. We were talking about that with East Knox too. Is that you got to find a body and get rebounds. So we'll be talking a little bit more about that East Knox game from Friday, and then talk about the matchups there coming up this week for the Fredericktown girls basketball team. I think you got Danville. Is it Danville this week on Friday night? So get an opportunity there to talk a little bit about that matchup as well. Do want to thank Knox County Veteran Services, Coverage Electric Plumbing and Construction, Knox Community Hospital, Durko's Pizza and Subs, and Griffin Insurance, our title sponsor for the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show. Let's take this break. We'll come back. More coming up.
Is brought to you by
Knox County Veteran Services, located at 105 East Chestnut Street, Mount Vernon. Stop in and see us today.
It's 7:47 and 49 degrees.
Veterans serving veterans.
That's what we do here at Knox County Veteran Services. Hi, I'm Kevin Henthorne, your Executive Director.
And I'm Financial Coordinator Melissa Schenk.
And we're here to meet the needs of Knox County veterans and their families.
We can help with emergency financial assistance,
filing of disability and pension claims, VA healthcare enrollment, and even transportation to VA healthcare facilities.
Please give us a call at 740-393-6742 or stop in and see us at our new location at 105 East Chestnut Street in Mount Vernon.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Hi, I'm Dean.
And I'm Don.
We are Durka's Pizza, home of the famous Stromboli, specialty pizzas, 16 different subs. We have homemade dinners, salads made fresh,
Lunch specials, daily specials, and of course, the Munchie Menu. Chicken wings, cheese breadsticks, mac and cheese wedges. Call 740-392-5678.
Delivery or pickup. Durka's Pizza.
Looking for a new pharmacy? The Knox Community Hospital Outpatient Pharmacy makes it easy to transfer prescriptions. Our friendly community pharmacy is open to the public, and most prescriptions are ready within 24 hours. Accepting most insurances, KCH Outpatient Pharmacy is the only accredited specialty pharmacy in Knox County. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday 9 to 6, and Sunday 9 to 4. Call 740-326-3485 or go to kch.org.
Here's your forecast on 100.9 FM and 93.7 HD2.
Tonight, we'll have a low around 42 degrees with cloudy skies for your Tuesday. Cloudy in the morning, on and off rain showers during the afternoon. High in the upper 40s. For your Wednesday, it's much cooler. We'll have a high around freezing at 32. Overcast, a few flurries or snow showers possible. High of 20 with sunshine on Thursday. That's your forecast on 100.9 FM and online, WMVO.com. Welcome back. It is the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We've got a few more minutes to talk with the Fredericktown girls basketball team. They play against Loudonville tomorrow. Coach, is that on the road? I really did a lot of research here. Is that on the road tomorrow?
No, we're at home.
You're at home. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, at home against Loudonville. I would research. You know, I was telling them some of the stuff is a little off, but Tim sent me all the schedule, and I just didn't look at it. So this one's my fault. Anyway, so you got an opportunity there at home. But you also played at home this past Friday, and you took out the East Knox Bulldogs in a game that you had the lead, and they ended up getting a win against you. What stood out to you in the East Knox game? What did they do to make a comeback? What are some of the things you want to work on prior to this game against Loudonville tomorrow?
We just talked about a couple of things that we have not been, the best at as a team, and that's, turnovers. I think we had 25 turnovers, and giving up offensive rebounds. And I think we gave up 12 offensive rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in a close game, those things add up. And when you're giving away possessions that they're taking advantage of, they scored a lot of points off their offensive rebounds, and obviously they got layups off turnovers. And that's what cost us, and we know it, and we watched the film, and, we've adjusted, and we're not going to let it happen again.
Yeah. How do you do film sessions? Is it the very next day you wake them up at 8 o'clock or what?
Depends on the day. So these kids, they know that Saturday mornings I kind of have to bribe them. So I'll go to Kroger and get them some muffins.
Yeah.
We'll go to coach's room, and, I usually have like bullet points of, okay, here's at this minute what happened. And it's not just like we're going to watch film for 2 hours. It's like focused on what can we do to get better. Yeah. And so that's how it goes. And the kids are really receptive. It's not easy to watch yourself on a TV make a mistake.
Yeah.
And, we treat it as a teaching moment, and we talk about it, and it's not a roast session. And we just want to get better. And I think that's something that they've grown at as well.
Yeah, when I played, I played some YMCA basketball my freshman year, and we were losing by a good solid 40 and 50 every game. And my buddy said to me, he says, let's go watch film. I said, watch film? We lost by 40. You think watching film's going to change anything? We're terrible.
Right.
So, you know what? Then he ended up being a great basketball player at Centerburg, and then I got into broadcasting. But The film didn't do a whole lot for us.
I can't help everything.
No. Callie, you look back at that game against the East Knox Bullies. You guys had the lead. You lose 58-51, though, in that game. What stood out? Some of the good. I mean, there's always some good things, but also some of the things you want to work on as you prepare for a basketball game tomorrow night.
Yeah, like Coach said, the rebounding and just the turnovers really cost us the game. When we came out, we looked pretty strong, but towards the second half, we kind of fell short, and I feel like that's kind of what happened last year. But like you said, we're growing, and we watch film, and we learn from it, and we're ready to push forward and move on to the next game.
Kennedy, what stood out to you? Maybe in that film session, then you say, hey, we want to work on, and we go into this week against Loudonville and Danville.
I would definitely say that, like, we didn't play super great, like, team ball. Like, we didn't play as a team very good on Friday night, and I lost my train of thought.
All right, but
Other than that.
yeah. And Coach mentioned, rebound the basketball. Obviously, you can't turn the basketball over. Ella, what stood out to you in the game against East Knox? Some of the things that you guys want to clean up going into this week?
I think our ability to handle pressure and just be able to make good decisions in like crunch time and just being able to handle that pressure better.
Handling pressure. We were talking about it there with East Knox, that if you turn the basketball over and you allow a team to get out in transition and they score, it's hard. And it's hard to come back from in terms of turnovers. Earlier, though, in the year, you beat Cardington, and Cardington's a good basketball program. I mean, every single year, of course, when Jamie Edwards was there, they were an absolute powerhouse, and they are still a very good basketball program there. Look back at that win, Coach, and you get to 1-0 in the K-back. We like talking about these games, right? So what stood out in this ball game for you?
Those are the fun film sessions when you can look and cheer and give yourself, a high five. But beating them was special. We looked back, and it hadn't been done in quite a few years for Fredericktown to beat Cardington. And so, for us to start the K-MAC, win at their place, we did the things we talked about. We took care of the ball. I think we had less than 15 turnovers, and we gave up a little too many offensive rebounds. But, we took care of the ball, and we played really great defense. And so those are the things that we talked about. If we can hold a team under 40 points, we're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah. Well, and you guys did that when you beat Utica earlier this year, and but you didn't do that against East Knox. They scored 58. So, but you got a couple of home games this week. Got an opportunity here to win games at home. How important is it to protect your home court? Winning those, especially conference games when you're playing at home, Jared.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, you have to take care of your home floor, and get the fans and the community to come support you. And if you lose at home, they're not going to come support you. And so, everyone wants to come watch a winning program, and that's what we want to represent. And so, we got to win every K-MAC game, and we certainly have to protect our home floor.
RPI, would you like it? Not like it? You a fan?
I'm really interested in it. I think it's a cool way to see where you are compared to other teams, because a lot of times it's, you don't play the same opponents. And so it's hard to tell. But with the RPI, Kennedy, is like a rating of like how good you are. These kids like what? It's like
we're teaching.
It's like a score. I know what, but it's how you're rated based on your wins and based on who you've played, and it's really interesting. It's neat, and that's how they seeded us last year.
No, Kennedy, we used to use paper and pen, and we would write. They would write out, and they would rank people, and that's how you got seeded.
Oh, and you had to vote, and so
it was archaic.
And so if there were some schools when I was at Riverview. I don't even know where this is. How am I supposed to rank them?
Exactly.
And then if the coach ran up the score on you, I'm going to rank them bad because I hate that guy.
Yeah.
And so with the RPI, it's very
Takes
straightforward.
That away.
Yeah.
You can kind of set where you want to be on the bracket, but that's pretty much the extent of it at this point. And then of course it'd be an opportunity possibly to get to the Coliseum, which would be really cool. Fairgrounds Coliseum.
That'd be so cool.
It would be awesome to be there. I haven't been. Well, I mean, they haven't had any basketball games there since 2014.
Right. Yeah. Since I was in school.
Yeah. It's been a long time. You guys were like. Probably 8 years old, 7 years old since it was at the Coliseum. It's a pretty neat place to play. But best of luck to you guys this week, and we'll look forward to being around at some different Fredericktown girls basketball games this season. Callie Carpenter, Ella Boughton, Kennedy Algeyer, and Jared Pryor. Thank you guys so much for joining us here, and we'll get you back in here to chat some more. And hopefully, you guys enjoyed the pizza too from
thank you
from Durko's there, and certainly appreciate you guys spending some time with us here. That'll do it for the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show. We're back at it next week, one more time for this calendar year, and then we'll be back after the Christmas holiday and things. But hopefully you join us next week at 7 o'clock. Thanks for joining us. It's the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports